Hello, everyone. Wow. I can't believe it's the end of April already. Now, there is a few days left, or 1 day left of April. I gotta check. Jesus. I have not been keeping track. But, yeah, another stream in another month. Oh, yeah, okay. Tomorrow. Yeah, that's definitely sure. All right. Tomorrow is going to be a day I'll be working. So, usually when I do these, for those who have seen this for the first time who are watching my streams in this format, I usually do streams at the end of the month, which is more of an open stream format. I mean, it is pretty much the same as a Let's Talk stream, but I figured since, I do this every month anyway, what the hell? Now, the reason why I'm doing it today instead of tomorrow is, well, obviously I work. So when I do end of the month, I usually do it at the last available month that I can do it because I work on the weekends. So, yeah, and as usual, for like the first half of these streams, I will be talking about stuff that are not political. Well, it is if we're being real, everything's political, but more focusing on the pop culture stuff, and then in the second half, whatever thing that's going on in the political sphere. Now, to answer a guy's question, since that I might as well, a review of Dance of Dragons. To be honest with you, for those of you who have watched my channel, I've reviewed the first 4 books of A Song of Ice and Fire. The reason why I don't think I'm gonna do it anytime soon is because, let's be honest, Winds of Winter is never coming out. It's not. There will not be a Winds of Winter. It'll never come out. And it's just, I stopped reading the book like a quarter way through it because what's the point? So I could wait like a decade, if not more, just to get this book continued, only for the next book of the series to be left in an indefinite cliffhanger, which I don't think George R. R. Martin will ever finish A Song of Ice and Fire. That's the main reason why. Like, I don't think I'm going to do a review of a Dance of Dragons because there's no point. When I'm reading a book, I'm reading something because I'm interested in reading it. Though there is some Wheel of Time books I like to review, like Path of Daggers, which I have not reviewed yet. And the reason why is I'm on a portion of the Wheel of Time series called The Slog. And in a lot of those books, not much really happens in these books. And considering that I take notes now when I read a book, the amount of notes that I'd have to write would be humongous. So if I review Path of Daggers, I'll just probably review books 8, 9, and 10 all at once because there isn't much to talk about in those books that I would just be repeating myself. Futurama. I can't say. Probably not. Don't expect a review on Futurama. Thoughts on the decline of Netflix? Now, to be honest, I haven't had Netflix in years, considering it's just overpriced subscription. That's what essentially what it is. I mean, say what you will about Disney Plus, which I have a lot to criticize on Disney Plus. At least you're offered more with your money. I mean, for $7, or is it $8? But whatever, under $10, you get a good amount of stuff on Disney Plus. You have a lot of stuff you can watch. Netflix is it's just overpriced. It really is. And not to mention, a lot of the shows, the good ones, usually get canceled. And not to mention, all the good stuff leave Netflix. And not to mention, Netflix like bought the rights to various different properties, which is irritating as someone that likes the Shaman King manga. It irritates the shit out of me that they have exclusive rights to it. So I just go to the Pirate Bay. I don't support Netflix because I don't really care about them. Oh, I'm not a fan of the motion picture. Actually, I can't. As for Doctor Strange, I can't say it looks cool, though. I can't like really talk about it. I can't comment on that. But yeah, it's just Netflix is just sucks. It really is. It really does suck. There's like literally no reason to like subscribe to Netflix. It's just overpriced. Yeah, it has a lot of fucking movies and shows to choose from. That's only because it has like existed for over a decade now. Netflix, when it was first established as a streaming platform, it was good because when it was like the only one at the time, you were able to watch pretty much everything. Well, not everything, but there you get the drift. What I'm trying to say, you didn't have to be subscribed to multiple services to watch a bunch of stuff. Now there's just so much other streaming platforms now, and not to mention Netflix is just ugh. The stuff is overpriced, and all they do is just fucking they get if they get a decent show on Netflix, they just cancel it. It's ridiculous. I don't understand why anyone still fucking watches Netflix. Sure, if you're a fan of of live action anime, I'm not. They will get those movies on the platform at least currently around the same time they're in theaters in Japan or a month or two afterwards. But I fucking despise Netflix considering all the shit they keep as exclusive. It's nonsense. Like, I would really love to freaking. I like to watch the new Shaman King anime because as someone that loves the Shaman King manga, I would like to watch it. But it's exclusive on Netflix, and I'm not fucking paying this X amount of money just to fucking watch it. I view Crunchyroll in the same way I view fucking Netflix. It's fucking overpriced garbage. That it you could literally just fucking get anything else out of your money. And I have to be very careful what I spend my money on. And I don't fucking like spending my money on fucking shit that just doesn't give me much for bang for my buck, if you catch my drift. I don't even know what you're talking about, so I cannot comment on that. I really do not care about what's going on with Johnny Depp. I have to be honest. I have not been paying attention. I know to those who only watch my entertainment stuff, it's like blasphemy. How can you not care about Johnny Depp? I just don't care. I have nothing against Johnny Depp on a personal level. I just don't care. This entire thing with the trial is just aristocrats freaking suing each other. And not to mention, yeah, Johnny Depp is probably innocent in this situation, but you know what? I just don't care. I really just don't care. I really don't care. Though I am enjoying like Johnny Depp being the reason why, one of the main reasons why the Fantastic Beast movie, the newest one, is crashing and burning because Johnny Depp fans hate the fact that Grindelwald was recast. So yeah, I really just don't give a shit. I don't. I'm sorry. I really don't give a shit about the trial. There is like more stuff we should be concerned with than some fucking aristocrats fucking suing each other because of reasons. So yeah, I don't care. I'm sorry. I know that's blasphemy for many people, but I just simply do not care. Dance of the Dance of the Dragons. Are you referring to Dance of Dragons? I'm sorry, which Dance of the Dragons? I don't know what you're referring to. Is it part of A Song of Ice and Fire, or is it part of another series? So I can't really comment. I haven't read those. Oh wait, thoughts on the Choose Your Destiny Clone Wars novels. I can't comment on that. I haven't read them. I really have not read them. I haven't watched Stranger Things. I haven't had Netflix in years, so because it was overpriced. I really haven't had Netflix in years, so I can't comment. I prefer not to talk about that in this portion. When it comes to that, I'll save that for the net. The only thing I can say is if it's gender stereotypes, if I want to keep this on topic with the pop culture stuff, I think it's I don't like that gender stereotypes because I think it just reinforces misogyny and transphobia and amongst other things in media. I don't like it. Honestly, I think gender stereotypes in general are negative. So yeah, okay. I thought you referred to Song of Ice and Fire. I'm just not interested. I'll read Dance with Dragons when I feel like reading Dance with Dragons. It's just I've said this earlier. I've completely was burned out of the series with the 8th season of Game of Thrones. And I know for those of you who are probably watching me now who it's like, wait, Game of what? I know. Game of Thrones has pretty much lost all cultural relevance and the amount of time it's been since the series finale of that god-awful final season. And for good reason. I mean, what do I have to look forward to when it comes to A Song of Ice and Fire? More fucking shit regarding, oh yes, more fucking prequels, more shit that most people don't give a fuck about. Like George R. Martin, like let's just be honest, nobody fucking gives a shit about fucking all this other shit. The only people that are still defending George at this point are fucking nerds. Like I defended George a few years ago, and I'm just done doing it because there's no fucking excuse in 2022 for Winds of Winter not coming out. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how we're in like 2022 and still no progress on Winds of Winter. I mean, come on. He could have released the fucking book in parts by now. He could have done it and it would have made money. It's like there's no fucking excuse for Winds of Winter not being out in 2022. No excuse. No excuse. Don't give me that, oh, writer's block. I mean, give me a break. I mean, come on. There's been various other authors that have started and finished their series since the release of A Dance of Dragons. There's been authors that have there's other authors that have a long wait between books, but at least they give progress. We know nothing. We don't even know if George is even making progress on Winds of Winter. And yeah, the Song of Ice and Fire books, at least the first 3, they're incredible. Great books. Had George R. R. Martin stopped with A Storm of Swords, it would have been it would have sucked that it ended there, but at least it would have ended on a high note. Because A Storm of Swords was like the last truly great book of that series. The first book was great, the second book was even better, and the third book is even better than that. There's so much like things you could wrong with Feast for Crows and Dance of Dragons. It could have been one book. Like a lot of the material in those books could have been cut, and it would not have changed much. George R. R. Martin just adds a bunch of shit to these books and a story that is already filled with lots of characters and with a bunch of plot lines that have yet to get anywhere, and he adds even more characters. It's like, I don't care how much better Dorne is in the books compared to the shitty fucking show. Let's just be honest. Do we really need to have like an entire book that focuses like a good chunk of it on Dorne? Like you could literally fucking like cut a lot of that stuff out and not much would have changed. That's the huge issue of of the series, honestly. There hasn't been any progression in almost 20 years. Not that much. It's like, yeah, like he did release 2 books, but is it really 2 books when Feast for Crows and The Dance with Dragons was originally meant to be 1 book? And let's not even get started how the climax of A Dance with Dragons isn't even in the book at all. Like, A Dance of Dragons was originally supposed to end with a climactic battle. And Winds of Winter is going to end pretty much something that should have ended with fucking Dance of Dragons. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. I don't hate the books, but the books should have fucking ended a long time ago. I mean, seriously, Robert Jordan, for all his faults in the Wheel of Time series, he would have finished his books had he not passed away. He was very close to finishing the books with Wheel of Time. Even when his health wasn't necessarily at its best, he still managed to get some books out. Like from Eye of the World to Knife of Dreams, he published 12 books in that amount of time. Now, I know it's comparing apples and oranges, but it's ridiculous. Even with George R. Martin's slow typing speed, he should have fucking got at least part of Winds of Winter's out by now. He should have at least gotten part of it. But no. He's entitled to do what he wants with the fucking books. But I'm sick and tired of hearing about how much better his books are going to be than the show. I don't give a shit about how better Dream of Spring is going to be compared to fucking the shitty 8th season. Let's be honest, the show was bad even before season 8. It's just season 8 made people reevaluate the whole fucking show. Like, I argue season 5 is where things went to hell with the show. That's just me, though. I argue it's season 4 was when the cracks started the show, but it was still good. As a whole, A Song of Ice and Fire is a good series, despite the 4th and 5th books just being meh. That they don't really go anywhere. And knowing that there won't be a 6th book anytime soon is why I'm just not interested in reading it or reviewing it. I wish I would have stopped at book 3, because at least then it ended on a high note. At least the book is still good at that point, and not just being some pointless stuff that, for the most part, goes nowhere. Let's see, I'm just going. I have no thoughts on that. Let's see, I'm looking. Regarding the High Republic Phase 2, I don't know how to feel about it. I personally do not want. I'm annoyed that rather than continue from Phase 1, we're going back in 100 years into the past. When, let's be honest here, the High Republic is not even that developed yet, in my opinion, to justify going back. And I think it's ridiculous. I mean, the way Fallen Star ended made me want to see the story continue. Like, the Jedi suffered a major defeat at the end of Fallen Star, yet we're going to pause that storyline with the Nihil so we could go back to the past. Like, this stuff could be done later in the series, or even after the main events of the High Republic. Like, I just feel like it's annoying that we may have to wait over a year, possibly 2 years, to see the story continue. Is it because, let's be honest, majority of the story of the High Republic has already been told with Phase 1, and Phase 2 is mostly there to extend the length of the High Republic? I mean, it's ridiculous. Why can't we just move forward? I have no problem with going back a century or two before the main series, but that's a major cliffhanger, and then maybe that's the point, because so it gets the reader interested. But it's almost 2 years. It feels like we're going to progress again, and that's ridiculous. I mean, it's some of the problems I said in one of my streams regarding the High Republic. I think, honestly, what happened at Fallen Star should have happened at the end of Phase 2. And I think it's ridiculous that Phase 2 is a prequel. Like, isn't the High Republic already a prequel? So we have a prequel of a prequel? I mean, why are we fucking going back? Why can't we just simply move forward with the High Republic? I mean, it's ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. I do have a lot of criticism of the High Republic, but I do generally enjoy it to an extent, because at least it's something different relatively to what's going on currently in canon, where it's playing it safe. But I would really prefer it if the High Republic just continued to go forward. And I don't know why they're going back. There better be a fucking good reason. That's my thought on Phase 2. I'm not necessarily excited for it, because I would rather they not do prequels right now when something major already happened in Fallen Star. Then again, it might actually make sense that majority of the story had already been told by the end of Fallen Star, and they're looking, because they can't extend the High Republic like for whatever amount of years they intend to have it go on for if they progress the story. So that's probably the reason why. But still, I'll have to see. It might be good. I don't know. I'll wait and see. I can't say I'm hyped for the Obi-Wan series, but I'm cautiously optimistic about it. I think it could be good, though I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm just going to wait and see how it develops. I fucking hope it's not another freaking backdoor pilot for another show. That's the thing that I'm sick of seeing in Disney Star Wars. Let this stuff stand on their own. That's my main criticism. Just let Kenobi be its own thing. Let Kenobi bring back the actors of Edgar McGregor and Hayden Christensen one last time. Let it actually be that show. Don't fucking have the show just be a backdoor pilot for something else. That's where I stand. Let's see. I'm just looking. I guess, yeah. I don't care. Family Guy is dead to me. Family Guy has not been a good show in many years. Family Guy, I can't even talk about that show without fucking ranting how much I fucking despise Family Guy. It's nothing more than racist, transphobic fucking nonsense. That's what fucking Family Guy is currently. Like, the humor isn't funny. It's racist, anti-Semitic, fucking garbage. I fucking hate Family Guy. There's nothing about that show that's funny. Say what you will about South Park, but South Park at least tries to be funny, and it doesn't fucking do the shit that Family Guy is doing. Yeah, Family Guy, there always been issues with its humor, but at least the old seasons, Family Guy was at least entertaining. It was at least funny. Modern Family Guy is just cruel in its humor. I can't stand the kind of humor Family Guy pushes. It punches down. It's cruel. It's mean-spirited. And say what you will about modern Simpsons, at least modern Simpsons, the characters are still likable. Unlike Family Guy, where everyone's a fucking asshole. So yeah, fuck Family Guy. I don't care about Attack on Titan. Never read a single chapter or watched a single episode of that show. I love Lord of the Rings. I love the books, and I love the movies. But of course, when we're talking about movies, which ones are we talking about here? Because there's multiple adaptations of Lord of the Rings. But I assume you're referring to the Peter Jackson films. I'm pretty sure that's what you're referring to. Now, the Hobbit trilogy, but to be honest, it didn't need to be 3 movies. You could have easily done The Hobbit in 1 movie. And that is a result of executive meddling. So, yeah, that's just my stance on it regarding the movies. And I know I might be asked about, oh, but what about the Amazon show? What about the Amazon show? What about that? I don't fucking okay. I know this is. I'm just this is not gonna shock anyone. I don't care about the Amazon show. It's not because oh my god it's woke. No, I just don't care about it. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. The real reason why I don't give a fuck about the Amazon show, because let's be real, there's no source material for the Second Age. Anyone that knows anything about Tolkien's Legendarium knows there's barely anything that of significance that happened in the Second Age, other than the War of the Last Alliance, the fall of Numenor, and the founding of Minas Honor. That's it. Barely anything of interest happens in the Second Age. Like, yeah, and the forging of the rings, yeah, whatever. But there isn't much to go on. Now, if you compare it to the Third Age, there's so much to go on. Like, by the appendix alone, you have so much to go on when it comes to telling stories in this world. The First Age is probably the age with the most source material. You could probably tell stories in this world in film form for many years to come because there's a lot of material to work with. There's nothing. And it seems like the Tolkien estate set it to fail on purpose because they don't want them to adapt the Silmarillion, which I wouldn't blame them, but still. This show, I'm not interested simply because there's no source material from the Second Age, other than the stuff that I just mentioned. I don't care about, oh my God, you have this Asian guy being an elf, or you have this black woman being a dwarf, and they don't have a beard. It's like, who gives a shit? Seriously, there's so much other stuff that we complaining about. None of this stuff is about lore. It's all about diversity. That's the whole thing is about. Let's be real. These anti-SJWs, when they complain about, like, oh my God, like, this is woke. Like, woke doesn't even have a meaning anymore. Woke is simply anything that makes white cis men uncomfortable. That's what fucking woke really means. It's not about anything fucking else. I know people haven't asked me about the Amazon show, but I'm just going to bring it because I'm going to be asked this. I don't care about the show. I hope it crashes and burns because I'm not interested. This should have never been made in the first place. What they should have done is fucking left it alone. There's no fucking source material for the Second Age. Stop fucking making shit, okay? And I don't fucking... It's fucking irritating. They go on this, oh my God, we care about the lore. No, you fucking don't. If you cared about the lore, you'd be complaining about the lack of source material for the Second Age, that there's no reason to fucking do a show without source material. That's the fucking thing that'd be worth talking about. But no, nobody wants to talk about this because anti-SJWs make, like, oh my God, the left have to make everything political. Yet the fucking these right-wing fucking grifters who fucking do this fucking geek shit, everything is political. So no, fuck it. I don't care about the Galactic Star Cruiser. I'm not gonna be able to go there anyway. So no, I don't care. In my opinion. How did I lose interest in comic book movies? I just don't really care for them for the most part. Like, I enjoy an occasional Marvel film every once in a while. It's just the reason what made me lose interest in comic book movies is not necessarily comic books movies as a whole. It's just Marvel and DC. Because of oversaturation, I'm sick of seeing the same fucking shit. Like, honestly, I'm sick of seeing reimaginings of fucking Batman. I'm sick of seeing, like, reimaginings of all these superheroes. And another reason I've lost interest in comic book movies is just it's very difficult for me to watch a comic book movie because a lot of it is just State Department propaganda. And I know I'm getting political by saying this, but when I took the red pill, and I mean the red pill, I can't unsee everything. Every form of entertainment is propaganda to some extent. And the Marvel films are the most egregious when it comes to pushing a fascistic agenda in a lot of these films. It's just very difficult for me to reconcile my political views with these films because it's impossible because the kind of shit they push is morally reprehensible to me. It's all State Department propaganda. Like every film in Hollywood just is State Department propaganda. And I feel like, yeah, I just can't bring myself to enjoy something that the State Department is pushing. Well, I really don't want to. I wouldn't be able to go there even if I wanted to. And besides, I might have some. I might be able to go to Disneyland at least one time now because I have my tax return. But I'm not wasting my tax return on Disneyland. No, I have better things to save to spend my money on. I personally don't. I think Star Wars Celebration would be too terrified of me. I would yeah. So no, I think I'm okay. I didn't even know there was a season 10 of or 12 of Robot Chicken. I prefer when I watch Robot Chicken. I prefer watching it in small chunks. I don't like watching whole episodes. Let's see, sorry, there's just so many fucking. There's so many fucking like comments, people. So I'm sorry. Wait, what? I have to research that because I'm not familiar with that. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of comments, and when I went on that tangent like a bit ago. Sorry. Yeah. I think you're right, Christopher Parker, that a burnout is possibly one of them. Of course I do. I have a Switch. Majority of my gaming purchases since 2017 have been on the Switch. Okay. Okay, now to answer this one. What I mean by took the red pill. Now, the red pill honestly is the one thing about the red pill. For those of you who've seen The Matrix, you're familiar with that scene when Morpheus is offering Neo the blue pill or the red pill. The red pill is seeing the world for what it truly is. Now, the thing about the red pill is it's dangerous potentially because just because you take the red pill, and I mean metaphorically, doesn't mean that you're going to embrace revolutionary ways of thought. Just because you take the red pill doesn't mean you're going to suddenly embrace communism or anything because that's not what the red pill is. It's seeing the world for what it truly is. Because those who take the red pill, they will see the world for what it truly is, and depending on what your upbringing is and what your political views are, you're going to have a vastly different understanding and a vastly different interpretation of what the red pill actually is. Because those on the right who take the red pill, they will see a vastly different conclusion than those who are left wing that take the red pill. So let's use an example. A lot of fascists say they've taken the red pill. Now, for fascists, let's be real, fascism is not, they're against the establishment, but not in the same way that someone on the left would be against the establishment. And in all honesty, I don't think we should be very careful on we said I took the red pill because the right has pretty much doing what they have always done. They've hijacked what the red pill actually means and turned it into something that it's never meant to be. I mean, Agent Smith, in my opinion, in the Matrix films, is a perfect representation of what these people are. What do I mean? I actually think the Matrix was brilliant. Far smarter than I gave the sequels credit for. And I have to, and I'm so looking forward to watching them again. I mean, I watched a video like a few weeks ago on the things about the movies and how like on how Smith like was essentially a warning for the emerging alt-right. And you know what? The Matrix films, especially the sequels, they're way ahead of their time. The first one is a one that if you look at it like objectively, there isn't much stuff you could really sink your teeth into. But the sequels, oh boy, there's a lot to sink your teeth into. I mean, that's just how I look at it. And I think the red pill I would like to take it back from the right because the right have made it something that it's not. Because the red pill, feminism, immigrants, all that other fucking racist shit that the right push when it comes to taking the red pill. The red pill has essentially become a dog whistle at this point. Because the right are not capable of actually coming with any original thought. Because they have to appropriate language from the left. And that's essentially what the red pill actually is. That's how I interpret the red pill. It is being socially aware of the world around you. Now, that does not mean that it's either left and right, because right-wing people take the red pill too, and they have a vastly different conclusion on what it means than the left. So, yeah, that's basically like, yeah, before. So, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering here. I'm losing my train of thought. Anyway, I figured I just want to like address the red pill thing before I move on. Let's see. There is a game I'm actually looking forward to. Actually, there is one game like Shredder's Revenge. That's one game I'm looking forward to. Like, it was confirmed to be coming out in the summer, and I'm really excited for it. As a lifelong fan of Teenage Ninja Turtles, I love the franchise, and I love the 90s TMNT games. And if you've seen any gameplay footage for Shredder's Revenge, it looks amazing. Like, the attention to detail, the animations being fluid, and not to mention getting the voice actors from the 87 cartoon to reprise their roles for at least the Turtles anyway is amazing. Like, it's great. Like, something that Turtles Forever didn't manage to pull off, this game did. And the people that work on this game are actual fans of the original cartoon. It looks good. I really am looking forward to Shredder's Revenge. I know it's like, oh my god, like, wait, that's your most hyped game for this year? Of course it is. In fact, to be honest, games are so damn expensive now that I don't freaking like I don't buy majority of games day one anymore because it's too damn expensive. I pretty much focus on getting games when they're on sale. Unless I really, really want the games, that is, I don't purchase them day one. So yeah. Hunter, who? Oh God, oh God, Bora man. Oh God, no, I have never. I don't even know who that who. I keep forgetting who fucking Bora man is. And Hunter Avalon, where the fuck his name is, I don't care about him. He's just a grifter. I cannot comment regarding as I don't collect Star Wars merch when it comes to toys. I don't do that at this point. I would go to a Comic Con if it was local. I would have no issues with it. But majority of Comic Cons are never local for me, so I can never go. As for Star Wars Celebration, I'm okay. Honestly, I don't really care about going, if I have to be real with you. So yeah. And not to mention, it's not a place I would want to go anyway because I don't want to get doxxed. even though some of the people I used to work with, like in my EU movement days, that they probably recognize me. So yeah, I don't really care to go. Honestly, I think Zelda should stay a video game if I have to be real. Borman is a guy that I forget he exists. See. I don't know. I can't comment. I'm not a South Park fan, so I can't really comment. I'd probably go to a Star Trek celebration, probably, because they're more inclusive than Star Wars fans are. I mean, even though I have not been as much of a fan of Star Trek as long as Star Wars, I just feel generally more welcome. Star Trek fans, from my experience, have never treated me the way Star Wars fans have. Star Wars fans, it's just a reactionary dumpster fire. And I know this is repetitive, and I've said it so many times that I sound like a broken record when I say that Star Wars fans are a reactionary cesspool. I don't have any comments on the Ahsoka series, except I expect a lot of anti-SJWs to complain about it. Oh, Breath of the Wild's great. An amazing game. I have no idea. It's not about that. It's just I'm disillusioned by the Star Wars fandom. It says I really don't want to interact with the fans that much. I mean, I don't mind interacting with Star Wars fans in a private setting if it's for people I know, or if it's some person like random person who wants to talk about it. I wouldn't mind doing that. It's just Star Wars Celebration. Star Wars itself has been ruined for me. The fandom. I had too many bad experiences with the Star Wars fandom for me to even want to go to Star Wars Celebration. If there was a Star Trek convention, I'd go there before I'd ever go to a Star Wars. Because Star Wars fans are not really an inclusive bunch. They're not. They really are not. I mean, for all these fucking years that I've dealt with the fandom, I can fucking tell you, like, there literally is not fucking any point of dealing with these fucking people. There really isn't. A lot of these fucking people in the Star Wars fandom, they're just a bunch of idiotic children. Like the few Star Wars fans that exist that aren't idiotic children, that actually are cool people, they're such a small minority that it's, to me, only reinforces that Star Wars fans as a whole are awful. And I'm not just saying that this because I don't want to go to Star Wars Celebration. If there was a small convention, like maybe a small little convention with a small amount of people, I'd go. I'd probably go. That honestly, what books am I reading now? Well, I can't really list them all because there's too many. But if we're not talking about political or hit nonfiction works, I'm currently reading various Star Wars novels. I'm reading the Land of Calrissian Adventures, the Han Solo trilogy by A.C. Crispin, the second book of the Thrawn Ascendancy trilogy, Greater Good. I'm reading the Last Witcher book. Not Last Witcher book, Wish, I think that's what it's called for one of the Witcher books. I'm reading one of the Star Trek novels of a time up to series. I'm reading Star Trek Voyager Pathways and Star Trek The Next Generation Buried Age. Yeah, that's a lot of books. So, yeah, I probably more books than I should be reading. I'm reading a lot. So, yeah, I that's the kind of amount of books I'm reading right now. If I could, I'd cosplay as HK-47. That's what I would do if I were to cosplay as any character. It'd be HK-47. Let's see, it's looking. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with everything. Oh God. No one's defending Game of Thrones now, though. Game of Thrones is garbage. Even the show fans have given up defending fucking Game of Thrones. I mean, even they've given up because it's so bad. I mean, holy shit, it's fucking so bad. It's so bad. No one's defending that shit at this point. Eventually. The only Jurassic Park movie I really like is the first one. I don't want to indulge in this conversation. Andre, oh, good God. Andre Cedino. I forgot that fucking that guy existed. Is he still sipping for fucking Zack Snyder? It's so pathetic. I mean, how many goddamn times can you fucking defend the same fucking shit? It's like Andre Cedino is a fucking moron. I mean, good lord. He spends all of his time fucking ranting and raving about everything. Oh, you're not a real fan because of this. You're not a real fan because of that. It's like he's just nothing more than some fucking petty bourgeois fucking idiot. Fucking who acts like he's fucking he's better than he actually is. And I really don't care if Andre Cedino, I don't care how many comics he's read. I don't fucking give a shit if he's read anything or not. I don't care. Because Andre Cedino, his priorities are fucking backwards. The guy's a fucking simp for fucking for Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton. I don't care if he fucking hates freaking Trump. Anybody who has fucking any common decency would hate Trump. Andre Cedino's a fucking idiot. He's definitely the epitome of reactionary nerd culture. That's exactly who he is. I don't. Winds of Winter. I'll just. If Winds of Winter were to come out, it would motivate me to read Dance of Dragons again. I haven't read the book of Jurassic Park. I know it was a book, but I've never read it. I have no opinion about Grace Randolph. I have nothing against her. So yeah, I think this hate that of her is ridiculous. I don't have any strong feelings about Grace Randolph one way or another. Yeah, he is. He hasn't evolved. He has not evolved. He really has not evolved. He really has not evolved. Oh, God. Okay. I might as well just get. This is an open topic exchange, so I might as well address these questions. These are loaded questions. Okay. All right. Attack of Menace. Ray Pinkster. I believe that's your name. Sorry, I butchered that. I will address your two questions regarding Elon and Candace Owens later because I want to keep this at least this part like sorry, at least this part to entertainment at the very least, at least as much as possible. Because if I get to Elon Musk and at this point, it's gonna change into a political stream, which I want this to stay entertainment at least until like an hour into it. Yeah, we have to. Oh God, I'm not. It's funny. It's really funny how. It's really funny the very fact that I'm not going to. No, let's not. Let's not talk about he that shall not be named. I've given him more attention than he deserves. though he is a simp for Elon Musk. Let's not give that egotistical liberal any attention. So I do not want to discuss him. Anyway, I gave my thoughts earlier in the stream. The only thing I'll make it quick. So to catch you up to speed, I don't care about Johnny Depp. I really don't care. I mean, what I've been hearing for the person that he's suing, the woman's fucking crazy, and which doesn't surprise me. He is cringe, but I prefer not to name him. I prefer not to name him. I'm pretty sure he's paying attention to the stream as we speak. I mean, hate watching. I mean, it's what Kyle Phantom and the Rat are currently doing. So yeah, I wouldn't be shocked in the slightest. Hell, even my old State of Star Wars guys, you may not like me, but I still like what you do with State of Star Wars. You don't like it? Well, tough shit. I still think you guys are doing a good service for the Star Wars fandom. One of the only good podcasts in the Star Wars fandom. So I don't care if you're watching this video out of whatever hate you may have for me. I still enjoy your content. So yeah, at least you're not be liberal. So yeah, at least you guys still do good content. And I will say for certain, and I'm just going to say this, I know not everyone here is a fan of the State of Star Wars, but hey, hell, I was the co-founder of State of Star Wars, and I will say this. Even though they don't get as much views, I actually think they have done a pretty good job doing the podcast without me. Despite the fact that we no longer are in a working relationship, I think I made the right call giving it to General CGG. I think he's doing a really good job with the State of Star Wars. And I'm not saying that to be sarcastic. I say that because I really do mean it. They're doing a great job with the State of Star Wars. I think they still talk about Star Wars. They made me proud in a way. They basically are doing what I couldn't do because I lost that spark in me when I gave the mantle to General CGG. So I will say for certain that they are doing a good job with keeping up what's currently going on in Star Wars and continue to talk about it to this very day and continuing to give a different perspective of the Star Wars franchise. And nobody's going to change my mind on that because I think the State of Star Wars, as someone that helps found it in the first place, they're one of the few podcasts that are still actually doing Star Wars content and actually are doing it well. Like, I may not be able to deliver on Star Wars content as much as they do. So if you're looking to still get Star Wars content, they're a good alternative to me. I mean, they talk about some Legends books once in a while, and they talk about stuff that's currently going on in canon. It's like, I actually think they're one of the few good things that have happened. And I do regret that we don't have a working relationship. I regret what happened in that situation over a year ago at this point. I would have gladly have, if I could do things differently, I would have sided with General CGG in that situation, but there's nothing that can be done about that. I have to live with the consequences of my actions. So yeah, the very fact that the thing that I started is the fact that it's still continuing on, even though it's not getting as much of attention as it used to. I think the guys are doing good. And I hope they continue to grow in their numbers. And I hope they continue to make the videos that they're making because I think they're doing a good job. That's just where I stand. Anyway, of course, I might see. I'm just looking for. No, no, I'm referring to General CGG. It's hard to pronounce his name. I would rather talk to him in private than have him be on my stream. But anyway, I'm not going to. I want to shift the focus back. Oh God, this fucking. Sorry guys, my computer. Okay, good. Okay, better. I still. Okay, hold on. I gotta look at this because seriously, what the hell? Oh, all right. Let's see. Does anyone have any questions, any entertainment related questions before I move on to the next segment? Because it looks like I've exhausted like the entertainment portion of the stream. It seems like I'm running out of things to say, unless people have some other things they want to add. The only thing the thing I'd like to talk about is I like to give some update on the 2003 Ninja Turtles review because I think people deserve to know that progress is being made on it. Though it is good, it is kind of a little difficult to edit the review considering I'm literally editing over 2 hours worth of audio. Yes, I have recorded over 2 hours of audio for my 2003 Ninja Turtles review. And the reason why I'm doing this review in the first place is I love the 2003 Ninja Turtles series. And I've been wanting to do a video about it for years that does the series justice. And I hope to God it doesn't get fucking taken down by Viacom because it's a lot of work. Like I've jettisoned like over like 13 minutes of audio already because the editing, I cannot promise you I will deliver the review like in 2 weeks or even a week because I don't know myself. It's when I have the time and the motivation to work on it. But at least the recording is done. It's just going to take a long time to edit because 2 hours of editing, I have to watch the review, at least part of it, and then edit out any mistakes I make or any time I stutter. I wasn't necessarily feeling the best when I recorded the review, but I was so excited to get the review, to record the review that I just did it anyway. So yeah, if I sound a little sick, it's because that's the reason why. If I sound sick during that review, because that's why I just want to give people a heads up right now. Not really. If I have to be honest. I don't know, actually. Oh, the Lego Star Wars game. I do intend to do my review of the Skywalker saga. I do intend to do it. I've delayed the stream multiple times because the first time I was sick. The second time because I didn't want that stream to overshadow this one. So yeah. Oh, I'm somewhat intrigued by Doctor Strange because Sam Raimi is the director and it looks different visually from the movies that came before it. So from that aspect, I'm more excited for Doctor Strange, mostly because it's something different. It has nothing to do with the movie being good. It's just it looks visually different. The atmosphere is creepy, which is something we should have had a long time ago. I mean, Doctor Strange is some of the weirdest shit, and I think having something creepy in a horror-like movie in a Marvel universe is something different from what we normally get. Oh God, Vorman debating. What the fuck did they debate about? I'm okay. I'm fucking curious on what you're talking about because people talk about this debate they had, and now you guys. Thanks a lot. Now I want to watch it now because you guys have fucking talked about it. Thanks a lot. Now I really do want to watch it. Like, I'm serious. If someone could give me a link to that debate, I would like to watch it. Maybe not in the stream, but maybe something else. But I mean, come on. If it's really that hilarious, I gotta watch it. Now my interest is piqued. And I will not watch it on this stream, so don't worry. I will not watch it on this stream. But my interest is piqued. It really is piqued because I really am curious about it. I'm not gonna do it on this stream. Not on this stream. Not on this stream, no. I'd have to do a video preparing for it. A live reaction to that debate. I'd probably trigger Bora Man, but I don't give a shit. If someone can give me a link to the debate, I will fucking watch it. I promise you. I will do a live stream streaming my reaction to this debate. I'm dead fucking serious. It's called Fried of the Fish. What the fuck? No. Now my interest is piqued. It really is piqued. Now I do want to see it. Now I really do want to see this debate. But not in this stream though, because who knows how long the debate is going to be. But I might as well just see it for the hell of it, how long this debate is going to be, because what the hell? Why not? So I'm just going to type and see it. All right, just give me a second, people. I'm just going to type and see it. Fried in the fish. All right. I don't know what you're talking about because what is this? Because honestly, I actually need. Okay, I need a link to the actual debate because unless I get a link, I can't react to it. Of course, I know what you guys are waiting for, though. I know what you want me to talk about, and I think I should talk about it. So, I think I'll first address the less important thing, like Candace Owens. Candace Owens. I'm just going to say this. Candace Owens is a piece of shit. She really is. I consider her a scumbag. I fucking despise this woman. And it has nothing to do with the fact that, because I know right-wingers will use this, like, it's because she's a black woman that refuses to go to the left. I just despise the woman because she's a sellout. Like, she will sell out her, she's a sellout on the highest bidder. I mean, this woman is so fucking hateful. It's just like, it makes me sick to my stomach how someone like this could be looked up to by people. This woman she's a disgusting human being. This woman is. She pushes racist stuff against black men. She constantly makes racist remarks regarding the black community. She's a transphobe and a homophobe. And not to mention, this woman's a fucking psycho and a fucking fascist. Like, she claims, I left the Democratic Party, the plantation, to go to the Republican Party. The Republican Party treats her no better than they treat other people. They're a fucking openly white supremacist party, and you're gonna fucking say the Democrats are racist? Yeah, the Democratic Party is a white supremacist party. But going from one plantation that pretends to give a shit to a plantation that openly treats fucking black people like shit, this woman is nothing more than a grifter and a self-hating black woman. That's who she is. Now, I am not qualified to be saying that because I'm not black. And I think a black leftist, or should say a black communist, could say this far better than I ever could. She's a grifter. She cares about nobody but herself. The woman is a sociopath. She really is a sociopath. She will push the most hateful language, and she doesn't care. This woman is a grifter. She doesn't care. She isn't about fucking anything but a fucking grift. She's racist against her own community. She pushes fucking genocidal language against her own community. The woman's fucking sick. This woman is fucking sick. Candace Owens is a sick woman. If she truly cared about the black community, if she truly cared about freeing the black community from the plantation, then why the fuck isn't she an independent? Because being an independent isn't sexy enough. Being an independent doesn't fucking sell. It doesn't make the money. But for these freaking conservative, like, fucking people. Now, I'm not going to use the you word, because I don't think it's appropriate for a white person to call someone a what you call them, an Uncle Tom. It's not appropriate because I'm not part of that community, so it's not my right to use it. Even though it would be correct because she is, but I shouldn't be using that word. Candace Owens is a sociopath. The lady literally does not care. What she does hurts her community. She doesn't care. She really doesn't care. She pushes anti-vax stuff as well. And not to mention, she's a Nazi apologist. Like, this lady, she is the ultimate right-wing grifter. That's who Candace Owens is. And I could say the same thing about Blair White as well. And there's no reason for me to dedicate that much time to Blair White either, because they're the same kind of people. They are part of a community that wants them dead. They're trying to get validation, and they sell out their community to the highest bidder. They're grifters. They don't care what their actions do. They don't care what they do. Gets people hurt or even gets people killed. Candace Owens is evil. She is an evil woman. She's a psychopath or sociopath, whatever. A borderline fucking psychopath. This woman fucking doesn't care about anyone but herself. She is the ultimate grifter. If she truly cared about racism in this country, she wouldn't be part of the Republican Party. She'd be a fucking independent. Just like any other so-called independent thinker. They wouldn't fucking be part of a party that is openly racist, that openly wants to kill fucking black people. I mean, for Christ's sake, it doesn't take a fucking genius to figure out that, okay, the Republican Party is racist, so is the Democratic Party. So what's our options? Not being part of a fucking party that wants you dead for the start. That would be a fucking option. But no, she's a disgusting woman. She really is. And I have nothing more to say about Candace Owens. She's a fucking sociopath. And she's disgusting. She's hateful. And there's nothing that I fucking hate more than a person that would sell out their own community for their own gang. Like, she actually thinks that if by some chance we do get into a full openly fascist white supremacist fucking government, she thinks she's going to be immune to the genocidal campaign that these fucking neo-Nazis in the Republican Party want for fucking people like her. She's not immune, but she thinks she is. So fuck her and people like her. And everything I've said about her, you could say about Blair White as well. So I'm not going to even say anything about Blair White because it's the same fucking shit. Of course, don't get. I'll address the Elon Musk thing, but I gotta look at other things. Joe, be honest with you. The election of 2024, it's like Jesus. It's like 2 years away, but let's be real. The Republicans are likely going to win in 2024, unless the Democrats will do what they did in 2020 and do a fucking scare tactic to get people to vote for them. Like the Republican will have a fucking candidate that's so fucking openly fucking racist that they'll fucking use like Joe Biden or someone like Kamala Harris to fucking, if you don't vote for them, America is doomed and all this other fucking stupid shit. Now, let's be honest here. Both candidates will have every intention of doing the same thing. It's just some fucking like bipartisan bullshit. 2024. Let's just be honest here. Like 2024 is going to be a massacre. Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell happened. But yeah, like I said earlier, 2024, they're just going to do the same thing they did in 2020. Pull the same shit, bipartisan nonsense. Let's be real. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, and like 2020 in general, let's just be honest with ourselves. No matter what happened, we were fucked. Joe Biden is the same as Trump. He's just as disgusting and just as hateful and racist as Trump. There literally was little difference between the two. And the Democrats will do what they always done. They'll use fear tactics in order to get people to vote for them. And when that backfires, they'll blame the fucking their voters for not fucking voting enough. Or they'll blame the left. But let's be honest here, this duopoly, like, it's an illusion. The Republicans and Democrats are the same fucking party. There's no difference between the two except superficial shit. One party is fascist, one party is neoliberal. That's the fucking difference between the two parties. They both have the same agendas in the end. It's just to what degree. And of course, then you have people in the Democratic Party that are fascist or neoliberal. It's like, this country is a fucking mess. I don't see this country fucking lasting until fucking 2050 at the rate things are going. It's ridiculous, like, how anyone could still believe in this nonsense. I would get killed if I ever ran for the Senate, and I have no intention of wasting my life running for government. Because what good? Locally, I might, but I'd have to know the community that I'm running for. If I ran in a community that I have no fucking investment in, I don't know, then what would be the point? Because to truly be a good representative, you have to know the community that you live in or that you're running in. And not to be honest, to be a true like person that actually represents the community, you have to live in the community. And let's be honest, a majority of these politicians don't live in the fucking districts that they fucking run in. They really don't. If they'd be smart to abandon Joe Biden, because Joe Biden, the fucking guy can't even could barely speak a coherent sentence. It's like every time he speaks, like, it's like, what the fuck? What kind of alternate fucking reality do we live in where fucking Trump actually speaks in more coherent sentences than Biden? Joe Biden literally fucking could barely speak a coherent sentence. I mean, If Joe Biden's the best this country has, then this country's fucked. It truly is fucked. And the 2022 fucking midterms is going to be a massacre. The fucking Democrats are going to be completely destroyed. Why? Because they have nothing to offer anyone. It's just bipartisan bullshit. Oh yeah, we're not Trump. That's their fucking politics. They're not offering to add, like, the Democratic Party, if they truly fucking, wanted to fucking stop the Republicans permanently, all you have to do is just fucking do the things that the general public wants. All you have to do is universal health care, end student debt, rent control, basic things that would fucking, like, keep the Republican Party as an irrelevant fucking fringe party that only would be able to win in some fringe area. It's easy for the Democrats to bury the Republicans permanently. Neither party is popular with the fucking public. Neither party is popular. All you have to do is to fucking do the things that the general population wants, and the Republican Party would forever lose. But it's not in their interest to do that, though. It's not in the interest to fucking do that. Because if they did that, they actually would have to do something. And Democrats fucking have nothing but contempt for the fucking general public. Ron does. Oh God, that guy's a fascist. I hope to God, if he runs, expect a war with fucking Cuba. I wouldn't be shocked. Then again, I don't think he's going. That guy is too fucking fringe for the establishment. Jesus, like, I'm not even gonna. God, Ron DeSantis is fucking crazy. I already said gender. I already gave it a context for stereotypes. But if I have to give context in further detail, gender. I am not qualified to talk about this, but I'll give my thoughts about it the best I can. Gender stereotypes are bad because it gives people a stereotypical understanding on what a person actually is. Like, it's one trait of someone, and let's just say a woman, and if they're stereotyped, depending on the woman, it's also cultural. Like, I'm just speaking from the American. Like, if, like, the over sexualization of women is a negative stereotype because it makes men see women as nothing more than sex objects. And that I also would extend this to trans women who are also sexualized as well. And I think negative stereotypes dehumanizes both men and women, but I'm mostly speaking for women because women are treated objectively worse in these stereotypes. And I think stereotype for men is also harmful because the masculinity, whatever you want to fucking define it, like, makes it seem like if men don't meet what this definition of masculinity is, that they're worthless, they're not real men. And I think that's harmful for young people who are trying to let's say they're trying to do the best they can to make a life for themselves, and they don't feel adequate because the system that is pushing this gender stuff is making young men feel worthless. Stereotypes, regardless if it's a man and a woman, is negative because it pushes a false sense of what a woman and a man is. And I feel like if we're going to abolish gender types, the very concept of gender needs to be redefined. In fact, I'd argue that gender as a whole needs to be abolished because it does nothing but reinforce these negative stereotypes. Because what is a man? And I mean real. What the hell is being a man? And I'm not going to get too deep into this because this is not what this is a topic that is way too complex for a stream like this. It would require for me to do an entire fucking stream on this subject. And in fact, to be honest, I'm not qualified to even discuss this. but also what it is a woman, because TERFs define a woman based on like if they can give birth to children or the the stuff between their legs. Same thing with men. And I feel like that is toxic and harmful because what about women that are infertile that can't have kids? Are they not women? That's the thing with gender. And a lot of this thing that a lot of this is spread is gender stereotypes reinforce like many kinds of other stereotypes, homophobia, transphobia, misogyny, etc. And I'm not qualified to talk about this in depth. I wish I could, but I can't because I simply do not know. I'm ignorant about this. It's not, I'm willing to listen to people who know a lot more than I do about this subject. But as it stands, Raymond Pixar, I think that's your name. I'm not qualified to talk about this subject in depth. I know this is not a satisfactory answer for you, what I think of this, but I seriously just cannot give any other answer other than this because I simply do not know. And it'd be ignorant, sorry, arrogant for me to assume otherwise. Because there's a lot I don't know. And I don't think I should be talking about these subjects in depth unless I actually am familiar with it. I can give my opinion, what I think of it based on what I know, based on my experience, but I can't give anything more than that because I simply just do not know. I would it requires someone with far more experience and far more knowledge on this subject than me. So I'm sorry if I can't give this answer to you in a way you would want to hear it, but that's the only answer I can give. This is the best I can do because I don't know. I simply do not know. I know gender stereotypes are bad. And I will say this one more time because it reinforces negative like stereotypes like homophobia, transphobia, sexism, and I just can't get any more detail about that. And this whole thing, and I think you're probably talking about the sports thing. I'm not qualified to talk about that either. So I just simply do not know. I'm not qualified to talk about that either. And that's fine. And I just you asked a question and I answered it the best way I could. And I feel like it's only right that I give my own answer. Stereotypes of any kind are bad. Like I can say the same thing regarding like racial stereotypes, how it reinforces racial prejudices or anti-Semitic prejudices and etc. Like stereotypes, regardless what they are negative. And I know there's this one thing that Attack of the Menace asked earlier. I like to talk about it, but does anyone else have anything else you want me to talk about before I get to that? Because I think the Elon Musk thing is enough to take a huge portion of this stream. I believe like Elon Musk is definitely a figure that the right love and the left despise, rightfully so. So if you guys got anything else you like to ask, do it now because the Elon Musk question from Attack of the Menace earlier is enough for to last like for another 20 or 30 minutes. So for those of you who have other questions, ask them right now before I talk about the Elon Musk thing because Elon Musk is it's going to be a decently long conversation regarding this. Okay? Now, I do got sorry. I could say that could be it because like the stereotype of genders also applies to sexual orientation. Like there's negative stereotypes on gay men and women. Now, again, I'm not qualified to talk about this, and if I come off as insensitive, I apologize in advance. Like I blame pornography for a lot of the negative stereotypes on like trans like people and LGBTQ as a whole because they're insanely sexualized And that is another reason I'm against porn culture. That's why I'm another reason I advocate for the abolition of porn, because porn is very harmful to these communities. Because if they're only looked at as being sexual, then that just pushes the narrative that the only thing that these people care about is sex, when that's not true. That is not even remotely true. These people just want to live their lives and be normal people. And I don't like using the word normal. Let's just say they want to have a normal life like everyone else. They just simply want to be left alone, live their life, and not have to worry about suffering discrimination and violence because of their orientation or their gender dysphoria. They don't want to fucking suffer through that. They want to be left alone. They just want to live their life. And you know what? That is the result of negative stereotypes. Because, like, when men, when they think of lesbians, they just think of a bunch of hot women having sex. Or another, the opposite of that is when they see a lesbian, they think of some ugly, unattractive woman, which is another negative stereotype because it also pushes misogyny against women, because women who are not even lesbians to begin with could have that stereotype shoved on them because they don't meet like the definition, they don't meet the standards of what it is to be a woman. Like I said, this keeps getting into the same subject. Men as well. Gay men are seen as offensive to cis white men because they don't meet what they see as what it is to be masculine. Like, you could have the most masculine gay guy out there and they'd still not be considered like real men by this disgusting homophobic fucking ideology that, like, let's be honest, TERFs are homophobic as well as transphobic. It doesn't matter if you have some people who are like gay or lesbian that are transphobic. A lot of people that are against TERFs, a lot. God, I'm like stuttering a lot today. I'm fucking up. A lot of TERFs tend to be homophobic as well as transphobic. And the only reason I'm bringing this up because pornography has played a negative role in how people perceive these communities. And as far as I'm concerned, that only reinforces why I think porn should be abolished. Porn, as a whole, is a fucking blight on fucking humanity. It does nothing but promote pedophilia, fucking misogyny, white supremacy, Orientalism, amongst other forms of bigotry. I'm against this. And as far as I'm concerned, I think any rational human being should be against the existence of porn too. It does nothing but reinforce all these stereotypes that I've been discussing for almost 20 minutes now. Okay, I am not. You are. Okay, Bean Bunny, you're fucking blocked. I'm not addressing you. Fuck off. I'll review those eventually. I'll review those eventually. Just the 2003 review is already finished recording. I just have to do the editing. Terminator Salvation, I might just revisit the other films and just do them and do a do-over. But that's a subject for a different time. And I got to get back to the subject I was talking about. Now, for those of you who are skeptical of my stance against pornography, why I'm against it, and why I believe it does a lot of harm to these communities, that's the reason why. Because it reinforces these gender stereotypes that are present in our society. Porn has done so much harm to the relationship between, like, a man and woman and their communities as a whole, that I feel like one thing we could do to start making these communities healthier, to stop this homophobic, transphobic nonsense, is stop sexualizing these people. Stop sexualizing, like, this orientation and this gender dysphoria. Stop fucking freaking sexualizing these people. It's disgusting. Stop. 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 That's how we could fucking fight against this, is stop sexualizing these people. Because porn does nothing but associate these people's identity with sex, rather than associating it for what it actually is. I understand where you're coming from, and you know what? This is what I'm talking about. I know what you're getting at, and I'm saying that porn reinforces this narrative that people like. There's tom girls and then there's tom boys. It's like I feel like the gender norms as a whole needs to be fucking abolished completely because I think men and women and those who in between should be able to live their lives without being sexualized by a bunch of fucking creepy fucking old men who fucking yeah, I will say this old men because a lot of these fucking people who fucking watch this crap, they are fucking creepy old men who fucking watch this shit. Or fucking women that fucking yeah as well. I mean, yeah, all this shit. It's mostly men, but I'm just saying all this shit. It's like no, this needs to stop. So yeah, and you know what? I don't fucking give a shit if people consider me an SJW because I say we need to fucking abolish porn because porn is fucking sick. I think anyone that actually supports the very existence of pornography, and I won't fucking stop saying this, is a fucking pedophile. Yes, I said it. If you support the existence of porn, you're a fucking pedophile because you support the very existence of pedophilia. You support fucking sexualizing fucking kids. You support sexualizing people of various identities. That's because that's what you see it as. That's why that they're pushing this stuff with the groomers regarding fucking LGBTQ people because that's what they see them as. They see it as nothing more than sex objects that should be regulated to porn. That's what they see them as. That's what they see them as. That's what they see them as. They don't see them as people. And to see these people as people, it would destroy their entire fucking rhetoric. Because porn as a whole does nothing but reinforce this shit. And like trans porn is one of the most looked up kinds of porn on the internet. That's not a joke. That is actually real. Fucking lesbian porn is the same way. All this stuff. If we're going to truly destroy these stereotypes, the very existence of porn needs to be fucking discussed because porn does nothing but destroy relationships. It does nothing but dehumanizes people. It doesn't do anything positive for humanity. What has porn done that actually has improved relations of men and women and those who stand in between? Nothing. It reinforces these stereotypes. Like people have to meet what a bunch of fucking out of touch people who have never fucking experienced the real world, what gender norms actually are. And this is coming from someone that's cis, that's saying this. I think cis people need to shut the fuck up about fucking trans issues and fucking issues regarding the LGBTQ community. We shouldn't fucking act like we have an authority on it because we fucking don't. Not saying we can't be allies, but we need to fucking listen to these people more. And stop playing a role in their fucking oppression. Because that's what these people do. By fucking supporting shit like Don't Say Gay Bill. Cis fucking white men need to shut the fuck up, stand aside, and let fucking people who actually have these experiences actually tell fucking people what's fucking really going on what their life experiences. Kids shouldn't fucking have to live in fear who are part of the LGBT community of fucking coming out. They shouldn't fucking be living in fear. They should be able to live like normal fucking human beings. And this fucking war against the LGBTQ community is a war against children as well. And anyone that supports this shit, I'm sorry, you support child abuse. This is child abuse. You support fucking kids being abused because they're different. You support it. I think children should fucking be left alone. They should be able to live their fucking lives. Homosexuality is not fucking about sex. Anyone like this whole fucking shit, this fucking groomer fucking rhetoric is dangerous, and the president it pushes is fucking genocide against the LGBTQ community. No one's gonna fucking, tell me otherwise. Like, okay, I'm not fucking. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not LGBTQ in the slightest. I support the community, and I'm more than willing to listen to them because they know about these issues I'm talking about a lot more than I ever will. Because for me personally, I don't have these experiences. I could talk about the disabled struggle because I'm disabled and I know what it's like to be disabled, but I can never, for the life of me, talk about what it's like to be part of the LGBTQ community because I don't have those experiences. And I'm just going to say this as a self-criticism for the stream I did like a few weeks ago. I think I should not have actually compared my experiences to the LGBTQ community. I think that was insensitive. That was completely insensitive of me to do that. And for those people who are trans out there, I apologize for saying something insensitive because that really was not right. And I think I should apologize for it because I don't know about these issues. Yeah, there are disabled LGBTQ people out there, trans especially, but I shouldn't be saying something so insensitive, and I apologize for this. And no, this isn't me backpedaling or anything. This is not me like taking back what I've said. It's just criticizing myself for talking about issues that are completely out of my depth. And I talked about this thing of gender roles for a longer than I expected I would. But I think it's important that we have this because there's a McCarthyite war against the LGBTQ community, and I think that we shouldn't fucking just stand around and say nothing. Yes, we should be paying attention to what's going on in Palestine. We should pay attention to what's going on in Yemen. All these issues are important. But domestic issues in the United States, and I can't speak for other countries, but the UK, I've heard, has similar issues as well. We should not fucking lose this ship. We should continue to talk about it because even if I don't have these experiences the same, it's still important that somebody talks about it. Because there's a war against fucking trans youth. There's a war against the LGBTQ community as a whole. Like, we're supposed to be allies, right? Cis fucking people who support these communities should speak out more. Don't fucking stay silent. Fucking staying silent against the ongoing genocide that's going on and again with the LGBTQ community is essentially supporting genocide. And don't fucking give me that shit. Oh, don't say gay bill is not genocide. Yes, it is. It's setting a precedent in other states where Missouri is basically making it so an adult can't fucking transition. That it's illegal to do that even in Missouri. It's like, what the fuck? How far do these people have to push it for people to say, you know what, this is genocide? It fucking is genocide. Like, I'm sick and tired of fucking arguing with fucking people that fucking don't understand these fucking shit. I don't understand personally what it's like to go through this, but I'm speaking as someone that generally supports human beings as a whole, that we're in 2022 and the LGBTQ community still has to fight these battles that they've already fought. And you know what? This goes to show you that capitalism, anything you gain, is just a temporary concession, that it can be taken at any time. Remember when the LGBTQ community had a huge victory about gay marriage? Now that's being reversed. I mean, if it takes only one president to fucking reverse all this, then these were never won to begin with. The only way we could permanently solve these problems is socialism. As long as capitalism is allowed to exist, fascist movements will arise that will use any sort of contradiction that are going on in capitalist society to push their agenda. These opportunist Christians who have been waiting to push their agenda for a Christian white supremacist theocracy for decades now are using what's going on to their advantage. And the fucking general public in America are fucking silent. As fucking, you have entire generations of kids being silenced. They're not even allowed to talk about any of the issues they're going through. They can't because of don't say gay bill in states like Florida. Like,
We have fucking entire fucking campaigns of fucking grooming. Like, what the fuck? What kind of hypocrisy is this? The Republicans are the fucking ultimate fucking groomers. Fucking, you have in like 40 fucking states, over 40 states, you have fucking legal for fucking for grown adults to marry children who actually do the actual grooming. But fucking a teacher who's part of the LGBTQ community answers a question a student has, that's considered grooming? That's considered grooming? Are you fucking serious? This fucking sickens me. And I know I've said this earlier in the stream regarding people like Candace Owens and Blair White and Dave Rubin who all do the same shit, selling their own communities out for their own fucking benefit. Like, this is fucking serious. Like, you know who else fucking waged war against the LGBTQ community? The fucking Nazis. Like, there was actual science and literature written about trans people in Germany. And you know, that was one of the first things burned. Do you have any idea how much that set back the LGBTQ community? It set them back by over a century, possibly more. That's all it took to destroy any sort of social progress. And these fucking extreme right-wingers like want to act like, oh, trans people, they've never existed until recently, when trans people have existed throughout human history. There's evidence throughout in every culture that trans people have existed. There's evidence throughout the entire history of the world. But these Western chauvinists want to act like, oh, this is only a recent phenomenon. It's not a recent phenomenon. This is ahistorical. But then again, you can't argue with these fucking people. Logic doesn't work. These fucking Christian fucking fascists don't give a shit about fucking logic. They don't fucking give a shit about anything. They fucking want nothing more than to push their backwards, fascistic fucking beliefs on the rest of the world, because they can't fucking handle fucking people who have critical thinking skills. And you know what? This kind of shit is what originally made me extremely anti-religious in the first place, because of Christianity. Now, I'm still a non-believer, but I still believe that religion could be a positive force in the world, but not Christianity as a whole. Christianity, for the most part, has destroyed fucking cultures, genocided many cultures. Yeah, there are good Christians out there. I'm not saying there aren't. And I'm pretty sure there are good fucking Christians out there who don't approve of this, who actually support, like, a progressive society. They do exist. So I have nothing against those people. When I refer to the Christian fascists, I'm referring to the fucking ones that are the right-wing Christians. They're the ones that I'm talking about here. The right-wing Christians are the fucking the scariest and the fucking most evil fucking cult that has ever existed in human history. They fucking want to roll back fucking any progress, the little that we've made, back to what it was like, not like 100 years ago, if not even further than that. These people fucking, doesn't matter how far to the fucking right these people go, they want to go further. These people are dangerous. They're the most dangerous fucking people in the history of the world. And unlike fucking other cults, they fucking have access to fucking nuclear weapons. This is the main reason why, like, my priority when it comes to fucking imperialism is America, because of this fucking crazy fucking Christian cult that we have in America. Not that it's likely going to happen, because there's probably people that will in the government that prevents this sort of shit from happening, but it doesn't change the fucking fact that Christian extremists are the most dangerous in the fucking world. They're fucking crazy. They're an anti-Semitic cult. And I'm just gonna bring this up, that regarding these issues, transphobia is just a gateway to other forms of bigotry. I've seen anti-Semites from the TERF community. I've seen Holocaust deniers. Like, it doesn't matter what your fucking intentions are. If you support fucking like this stuff against the trans community, then you probably would support the same thing against the Jewish community as well. Like, All these people, these supposedly tolerant people in this country, are silent as fucking their own fucking neighbors are fucking acts of violence are committed against them. Their lives are being threatened. Like, I don't fucking care. I have nothing but contempt. If you're not going to say anything or stand against bigotry, then you support bigotry. And this shouldn't be a controversial statement, but it actually is, apparently. In America, it's becoming more and more mainstream to support this shit. It's like, if you truly believe in justice, support these people. Stop fucking being silent about fucking this shit. Support the LGBTQ community, because when they're done going after them, they'll go after the disabled, they'll go after Jewish people, and they'll go after Muslims too. Like, we're all in for this. The fascists don't just stop with one group. They'll go after everyone. Just look at the Nazis. Like, has people learned nothing from fucking history? Like, has anyone fucking freaking ignored fucking one of the... I think this quote is accurate. Those who don't study from history are doomed to repeat it. History is being repeated right now in this country, and nobody is saying anything. It sickens me that it's like we hear we've heard, okay, why did the Germans not do anything as their Jewish neighbors were being taken away? Well, we're seeing it in America. And if it doesn't affect me, I'm not going to say anything. It's like we're all in this together. We all are. And the LGBTQ community are just a convenient target for these fascists. They're not going to stop with the LGBTQ community. They will never stop, because they'll always invent another enemy and another enemy and another enemy until fucking they destroy each other, because that's what fascism is. Fascism is a death cult. And the only reason I'm saying this is because fascists always have to invent new enemies, because what happens when you get rid of one enemy? Oh, well, you invent another one, and you invent another one, and you invent another one, and you invent another one. Like, Americans just don't even realize is how fascistic their culture truly is. That's one of the main reasons why it baffles them when they actually talk about the history of Nazi Germany. Why did so many people do nothing when they could have, when the Nazis were murdering fucking Jews? It's because what's happening in America right now is a good example, because it didn't affect them. And this position that's going on, you know what? It only reinforces for me third worldism, because the people in the first world are not revolutionary. There are pockets of people in the first world that are revolutionary, like fourth world people, the lumpen proletariat. But as a whole, there is fucking no revolutionary potential in America. Majority of that revolutionary potential is in the most vulnerable communities. And I'm not saying this because I hate, America. I do hate this country, but it's an objective fact that the reason why we're seeing no resistance against any of this stuff is because it doesn't affect the general public. Because America is a bourgeois culture. It truly is a bourgeois culture. And nobody's going to change my mind on this. And this is not off topic with what's going on with when I'm talking about the gender norms, the LGBTQ the community, because it's all connected. All this is connected. All of these issues are connected. And first world people just don't give a shit. They don't care that people of their own community are fucking suffering a possible genocide. They don't care, because American culture as a whole is fucking sociopathic. It's fucking disgusting. Nobody's not going to fucking convince me that it isn't sociopathic. Because it is a sociopathic culture, and this sociopathic culture needs to go. There is no redeeming America. Every single chance that this country can prove that, oh, we're not like the Nazis, right now, at this very moment, freaking, you're having fucking people report if their teachers are LGBTQ or students. You're having fucking people literally being doxxed for being LGBTQ, like on in social media. You have a literal account doxing teachers. It's like this fucking country just doesn't fucking do anything but discourage dissent. Like Republicans, fucking conservatives, let's be honest, as a whole, they want to talk about how much they love free speech, how much they love it. Yet every chance they get, they prove the opposite. And I think this is a good transition to like the Elon Musk buying Twitter, because it pretty much it's all connected. Because Elon Musk, like, let's be honest here, the only reason people even support Elon Musk to begin with, it's because they see him as this fucking powerful billionaire who triggers the libs. That's the only reason they fucking like him. These fucking sociopathic, freaking antisocial, freaking libertarians that support Elon Musk. Because what does Elon Musk actually do? He's a fucking moron. He didn't actually build Twitter. Like Tesla, his company is like, he didn't build the company. Like majority, that's done by his fucking workers. Like the guy fucking is a perfect representation of what America fucking is as a culture. Elon Musk, stupid, ignorant, fucking a leech. Like Elon Musk is a fucking person that he's never had to work a day in his fucking life. He fucking leeches off the fucking third world. He supported a fucking fascist far right coup in fucking Bolivia, which killed thousands. And the leader, you could argue, fucking committed a genocide against indigenous people. Yet you have so-called Marxists support this fucking guy. A guy that fucking is an imperialist, that supported imperialism in fucking Bolivia. Oh, wait, because he's going to fucking put your guy back on fucking Twitter. It's like, these fucking people are a joke. No fucking serious communist should ever support Elon Musk. If you do, you're a fucking idiot, or you're just a fascist LARPing as a fucking communist. He's not some rogue fucking member of the bourgeoisie. He's the fucking establishment. Everything that the fucking Elon Musk is, he stole fucking wealth from the people of South Africa. Fucking his father was a guy that fucking owned an emerald mine in South Africa. Everything Elon Musk is stolen fucking wealth. Everything he is fucking everything that he is in terms of wealth. It's stolen from the African people. Fuck Elon Musk. It's like, you think Elon Musk is going to fucking let fucking people on Twitter fucking who are trying to unionize in his company, he's going to let them go, like, do what they do? No. It's like Elon Musk, nothing has really changed, will change with Twitter. Nothing. Free speech. Free speech for who? Because that's what conservatives love to talk about when they talk about free speech. Because when they talk about free speech, they're not talking about actual free speech. They're actually talking about the freedom to be a fucking openly bigoted piece of shit. They're not actually talking about free speech. Because if they truly did, then why do they censor people that disagree with them? Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't do the same thing if I were in power. Because at least, here's the thing. The difference between a communist and a fucking conservative is, at least communists will admit, well, we don't fucking support free speech. Not really. We do to an extent, but not fully. I mean, are you fucking stupid? Are you out of your goddamn mind? You really gonna allow your fucking enemy to fucking say what they want, especially a fascist who's trying to, like, resurrect capitalism? Of course not. No fucking communist worth their fucking salt is going to support fucking free speech absolutism. No one does. Nobody. Not even the fucking so-called free speech warriors. The free speech warriors don't fucking actually support free speech. Because, let's be real, Ben Shapiro, when he was being... It's like, I might as well bring up Ben Shapiro. Like, I'm pretty sure this thing has been gone viral. Ben Shapiro fucking debated a guy when he was asked the question about wokeness, and Ben Shapiro was confronted that why is it that only conservatives get to define wokeness? And when the guy was fucking basically destroying Ben Shapiro fucking censored the guy when he was losing. Like, the right only care about free speech when it doesn't affect them. They don't care about free speech. Actually, if they truly did, they wouldn't Julian Assange. Let's just use him as an example. Where's the fucking conservatives' outrage over Julian Assange? That's nowhere to be seen. Or any political prisoners who are still in prison to this day. Where's your free speech support for the people who are still in prison? For political prisoners, where's your support? Oh, wait, you don't fucking support free speech. You only support free speech if it means you get to say homophobic and transphobic shit. Ben Shapiro is a fucking fascist who doesn't support anything. Yeah, Ben Shapiro is more of a fascist than the alternative right. I mean, it's not even, the alternative right is fascist, but Ben Shapiro takes that fascism to a whole fucking new level. Ben Shapiro is a fucking fascist. He supports genocide against Palestinians. He fucking compares Arabs to fucking animals. And not to mention, like, he inspires literal anti-Semitic fucking shooters. Ben Shapiro is a disgusting human being. The only reason I'm bringing up Ben Shapiro when I talk about Elon Musk is because they both are the fucking same in terms of their fucking mentality towards fucking imperialism. Yeah. Ben Shapiro is a fucking idiot. But okay, let's just be real. Ben Shapiro can't handle debating people that actually can actually articulate their points. Like Andrew Neil. Did anyone remember that fucking debate like a few years ago when Ben Shapiro was like debating Andrew Neil, a guy that was fucking basically a right winger in the UK, who basically just asked him a question and he fucking got triggered. But Ben Shapiro fanboys will claim, oh, Ben Shapiro destroyed Andrew Neil. Like, are you fucking shitting me? Ben Shapiro was a fucking embarrassed. When Ben Shapiro can't control the platform, he gets destroyed. When he does control the platform and he is actually losing control of a discussion, he just censors the person or kicks them off. Ben Shapiro is the only reason Ben Shapiro even looks smart and it's like, oh, Ben Shapiro destroys this, blah, 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 blah. It's because Ben Shapiro goes after the weakest fucking people possible. Ben Shapiro is incapable of debating an actual intellectual. Any intellectual could easily dismantle Ben Shapiro's stupid, childish arguments. Because that's what all these people are. That's why Ben Shapiro doesn't debate an actually educated socialist. He goes after the worst. Because if you were to debate somebody that actually could debate their fucking points, he would get destroyed. That's what Ben Shapiro is, in a nutshell. Because Ben Shapiro, in all honesty, it's all skeptical. It's all spectacle. That's what his debates are. It's not about fucking it's not about actually making an argument. It's just about spectacle. Oh, look how stupid this stupid lefty is. He can't even articulate his points. Like, yeah, when you're against fucking a college student that fucking is nervous, that's around a hostile audience who fucking supports Ben Shapiro like a cult leader, of course they're gonna fucking do badly. Like, anyone that actually could do well against Ben Shapiro, they don't fucking last long, because Ben Shapiro just kicks them out because he knows he can't actually throw his usual bullshit. It's just an echo chamber. That's the whole reason why Ben Shapiro had this reputation of being a unbeatable debater, because anybody can be unbeatable in Ben Shapiro's level of education if they go to a fucking college campus with people that are fresh out of high school who are not experienced in debate. I'm not experienced in debate. I'm just going to say that right now. And destroy them. Anyone can anybody who has the same amount of fucking education Ben Shapiro has can do that. Debating a bunch of fucking college kids is nothing more than just spectacle, because the right wing as a whole, they don't actually care about fucking making an actual point. That's why they go after the weakest people possible, because it makes them look better. It's why Steven Crowder, he won't actually debate actual fucking people that actually could articulate their points. He goes after the most uneducated, the worst person that could actually represent socialism, because he knows if he actually were to debate someone that actually could debate, he would make himself look like a fool. It's the same thing with Young Ripa. Why doesn't Young Ripa ever debate actual like socialists who actually can articulate their points? Because if he were to do that, he would look like a fool. None of these grifters, none of them can actually debate an actual socialist. They won't. They will not. They go after the weakest people possible, or people who may actually agree with them in a lot of ways. None of these people debate because they're not capable of debating. The reason why they look like they're the better debaters than the left are because the left don't go after the fucking weakest fucking people possible. I would say most of the I'm referring to the actual left, not fucking a bunch of liberal intellectuals. Like, you would never see Ben Shapiro debate, like, let's just say any of the people that, let's just say, like, let's say Fellow Traveler as an example. He would never debate him, even though Fellow Traveler can bury him in a fucking debate. He would never debate someone like Black Redguard either, because Black Redguard would bury him in a debate, and Young Ripa. It's like all these people can articulate their points, but these people have better things to do than debate an actual fascist. Now, I'm not against having a discussion with people I disagree with in a live format. I don't mind. I don't mind talking to them. We have a conversation and actually discuss our disagreements. I have no problem with learning from people that I don't agree with. I have no issue with that. I don't like debates at all. I'd rather just talk to someone and learn where they're coming from rather than just debate them, because debates don't go anywhere. Let's be honest. Debates are just spectacle. Like, I also would compare the debate bros, like Hawes and fucking Vosh. They're the same fucking way as Ben Shapiro. Like, it's all spectacle. Wait, Hawes goes after the weakest people possible that he could debate. And when he's fucking being clowned, he fucking takes away the mic. It's the same thing with B Liberal. He does the same shit. He goes after the weakest person imaginable. And when he is going after someone that actually could debate, he removes the mic. I mean, Caleb Maupin goes, like, he's a different case, because when he goes after someone, he debates people that mostly agree with him. And so it's not really a debate to begin with. Freaking the entire debate fucking culture and this free speech shit it's nothing more than spectacle. Like, debates online are fucking shit because it's not a debate. Because a debate would be for the opponent to convince the audience or the people that are debating that they're right or they're wrong. That's what a debate actually is. And debate is just nothing more than petty bourgeois nonsense. Like, I used to be into the debate stuff when it came to, like, some atheist destroying a Christian about the concept of God, which honestly I don't fucking give a shit about that. Honestly, at this point, I'm above such things. But I think what we need to have is discussions, not debates, discussions, and actually learn from the person that we disagree with, and they learn from us. That's how I feel like we could actually because I feel like debates do nothing but dehumanize the opponent. And usually it's from the people who have a much higher platform and much bigger support than the people that are debating them. Because let's be honest, if you're in any of these people, Bosch, freaking Hawes, be it Ben Shapiro, Crowder, Young Ripa, you're not actually going to an actual debate, because you're going into a hostile audience that already have a bias against you in the first place. That's what this is in a nutshell. It's not about anything but spectacle. It's about, oh, look how stupid this lib is. Oh, this lib has an emotional argument. He doesn't have an actual argument. Like, this is what debate fucking culture is. It's not about anything but fucking spectacle. Spectacle. Because let's be honest here, if you have people who have a rational discussion, debating things like rational human beings, talking about it in a rational way, actually having a civil conversation, actually trying to sort out their differences, you know what? That's not something that fucking gets ratings. That's not something that makes money. That's not that gets people who just want to see a shouting match. This debate fucking culture online is nothing more than something that appeals to the lowest common denominator. That's exactly what debate bro culture is. And I'd argue that I actually would consider Ben Shapiro a debate bro, because that's exactly what he is. Same thing with Young Ripa. All these people, they do the same thing. They get a person who's stupid, who says stupid and cringy shit. They fucking make it look like this is what the left is. Oh, the left can never debate me because of this and this reason. They always go after the weakest people. It's all this is. Debate culture in general, especially online debate culture, is nothing more than getting people who can't debate a point, so it makes it look like these people are stronger than they actually are. Debate bros are paper tigers. And when they actually encounter someone that could destroy them in their arguments, they run away like bitches. Or they cut off the conversation because they know that they're not going to be able to actually make it look like they've actually won this debate. I'm not saying that I'm a good debater, because I don't think I am. I don't claim that in the slightest. I'm more interested in actually discussing my disagreements with the people that I'm talking to in a civilized manner, in a way where we can actually have a understanding. Because as much as I disagree with leftism today, I at least would be willing to hear out his points, and actually am willing to have a discussion with him. I'd be willing to do that. I'm not someone that hates him, because if I disagree with someone, doesn't mean I hate them. I like to have a discussion with him and actually willing to hear him out. Even though I disagree with Trav, I'd be willing to do that too. Not a good debate, but a discussion. A lot of these people don't want to do that, because in order to actually do something like that, you have to be a mature individual who, is willing to admit, you know what, maybe I'm not completely right, or maybe the person that disagrees with me isn't completely wrong. But what do I know? I'm someone that fucking, doesn't fucking, that actually prefers to have a fucking conversation instead of a debate. No. Boraman is someone I will not have a conversation with, because he's a fascist. I draw the line there. Because when I platform fascists, I legitimize their ideas. Like, disagreeing with people is one thing. Platforming people that have ideas, like debating the very concept, oh, should we or should we not kill this group and group people? No. Boraman's views are very fucking disgusting, and I will not platform someone like that who supports white supremacy. He's a white supremacist. I will not platform someone like that, because that's the problem with the white left, is debating fascists is something we shouldn't be fucking doing. there's a fucking motto that I believe we should all fucking be embracing. Bash the fash. Not suck up to the fash, bash the fash. Like, there is a difference between discussing something with someone when you disagree with them. Despite what the right want to say, the left aren't a bunch of fucking like NPCs that mindlessly agree with everything or there's no room for dissent. Like, anyone that actually says it has never been in a fucking in a communist space. Like, if you like, I'm just for those who don't know, all it would take to have a fucking argument is to bring up that China's socialist, and you'll have a bunch of people saying no, China's not socialist, or China is socialist, or blah 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 blah. Just say that you're a Maoist that doesn't think there is any socialist countries. That's enough to start an argument. It's like that is like something that the right you'll never see. Yeah, they'll have minor disagreements, but the right as a whole, the reason they're united because they're united on things that fucking they all basically already agree with to begin with. They want a totalitarian a fascist theocracy. They want fucking to destroy the fucking communists. I don't know. That's a good question, but I would have to ask their logic for supporting Joe Biden, and the person would have to be willing to would have to be someone that's skeptical of supporting Joe Biden. I don't know. Bosch, to be honest, I'm not. Biden is a fascist, and I think supporting Joe Biden is essentially supporting fascism. And I think at this point, nobody could say that supporting Joe Biden was the right call, considering things have actually been accelerating since Joe Biden became president. Oh yeah, I've ranted about the "Don't Say Gay" bill like already. I've already talked about that and in depth about what I think about that. You'll have to watch when the stream is over. You'll have to watch like the earlier portions. Now, I discussed debate culture a lot in this stream, along with the Elon Musk thing. Like, I find it to get it back to the Elon Musk like question. Elon Musk buying Twitter doesn't really change much. Because here's why. Twitter is owned by billionaires or whatever, millionaires, whatever. People that are part of the bourgeoisie. The bourgeoisie own Twitter. And changing it from multiple owners to one doesn't really change that much. Because Twitter as a whole, along with Facebook, YouTube, the very platform that I'm doing this stream on, they're all owned by the bourgeoisie. And it doesn't change that much if one part of the bourgeoisie buys it or has more ownership of it. Because, let's be honest, capitalism, a monopoly is inevitable. Eventually, these companies are going to change hands in terms of ownership. It's not going to be a permanent thing. Like, whatever little freedom we have on this platform, it's going to be taken away at some point in the future. And I just personally think that people who are freaking out over Elon Musk owning Twitter, like, will Twitter become a fucking right-wing echo chamber just like Facebook? Of course it's going to be. But fucking YouTube is also a right-wing echo chamber. So, if in all honesty, what has really changed about these platforms? Facebook, over time has become a right-wing echo chamber where if you're not on the right, you're going to fucking get censored heavily on Facebook. Twitter is the same way. If you're on the right, you're not likely going to get censored. With Elon Musk, you're going to have even more fucking freedom than you ever had before. It's like the fucking right winger are fucking having a field day with Elon Musk owning Twitter because they could pretty much do whatever they want. The only people that support Elon Musk are the far right because the far right know with Elon Musk, they essentially have more freedom to essentially do what they want. Unlike when you had liberals in charge of Twitter. Anyone that actually believes that fucking Elon Musk is actually going to like protect freedom of speech because he owns it are fucking naive. Elon Musk has no interest in freedom of speech. He'd be stupid to actually give the far left and the far right like equal footing. No. Twitter is going to favor the far right far more than the far left, even more when Elon Musk like fully owns it, because that's how fucking things work. Capitalism, if you challenge the system or you represent views that does challenge the system, you're going to get censored far more than someone who doesn't hold the positions of anti-fucking capitalism. You're going to see censorship on Twitter, not in the same way that you see it now, but the left are going to be censored more with Elon Musk in charge. Anyone that believes that it won't be censored is fucking a naive fool. I mean, come on. Elon Musk supported a far-right government in Bolivia. You actually think he believes in free speech? You're actually going to fucking believe somebody who said, we can coup whoever we want, deal with it? Do you actually think someone like that believes in free speech? No. If he actually supports subverting fucking a democracy in a fucking foreign country, fuck no. He doesn't support free speech. And those who support Elon Musk support the same shit anyway. Elon Musk is an imperialist, and those who support him, his sycophants, are the same way. Elon Musk is a moron. All it takes to fucking be rich under capitalism is to fucking be born fucking rich. Elon Musk has never had to work a day in his life. And the only people that support him are fucking simps of capitalism. His simps are the worst. Elon Musk is nothing more than a fucking moron. The guy, if you put him in the same position as someone that actually has to work, he would still be fucking poor. Elon Musk, there's nothing special about the guy except that he's rich. And you even have insulting things like people calling him the richest African Americans. Like, he's not fucking African. He's fucking white. Like, what? Because he was born in South Africa, assuming that he's fucking African? No. No one who's white, who was born in South Africa, are fucking white. They're fucking European. Shut the fuck up. Seriously, shut the fuck up. If this gets me censored, I don't fucking care. Fuck, I'm just gonna say it. If you're not from Africa, you're not fucking African. So fuck off. And I'm referring to ancestors. If you don't have any ancestors that are from Africa, you're not fucking African. So shut the fuck up. Seriously, shut the fuck up. Anyone that says that stupid shit like Elon Musk is the richest African American. No, he's a fucking apartheid baby. That's what he fucking is. His fucking father fucking exploited the shit out of the fucking people of South Africa, especially during apartheid. It's like, fuck Elon Musk and fuck anyone related to him. He's a scumbag. And those who support him are also scumbags. Because fucking, what does that say about people that support a man that believes that this country should be able to do whatever it wants, that his company should be able to exploit the people of fucking Bolivia because, they chose a different kind of government? What does that say? Probably those people are fascists and imperialists, that they believe that America should be able to do whatever it wants. Supporting Elon Musk is essentially supporting imperialism. You essentially support what Elon Musk did, his company it did in fucking Bolivia. So no, fuck Elon Musk and fuck his supporters. I mean, the very concept of, Elon Musk is, he's so much smarter than you because he owns this amount of money. It's like, is he really that smart? Really? So being wealthy means you're smart? No. Elon Musk is dumb as shit. The guy is a narcissist. The main reason he bought Twitter was because of his own fucking ego. This is all egotistical shit. And his fanboys will eat it up because Elon Musk fucking fanboys don't give a fuck about anybody but themselves. They're a bunch of first worldists that fucking don't see people in the global south as human. They don't fucking, they're the same kind of people that they want to cry and moan about censorship, yet support actual censorship when it fucking supports their fucking agenda. It's like, seriously, fuck these people. And anyone that actually supports this so-called free speech, fucking whatever, you're a fucking idiot. You're an actual fucking idiot if you actually think Elon Musk supports fucking free speech. He doesn't support free speech. He never has. He never will. No people in his class supports free speech. Free speech is only tolerated if it doesn't threaten the status quo. If it doesn't threaten the status quo, free speech is tolerated. If it threatens the status quo, it's not tolerated. Fuck. Elon, he wouldn't surprise. Of course he is. Like, then again, that's another topic for another time regarding Iron Man essentially being Elon Musk. It's like, Elon Musk, there's nothing about this guy that's fucking extraordinary. He's just some stupid, fucking egotistical guy that has never worked a day in his life. He's a pedophile, by the way, who has connections with Jeffrey Epstein. I find it interesting how those who are pushing transphobic and homophobic rhetoric about groomers support a literal fucking pedo who has connections to Jeffrey Epstein. Interesting. So you support free speech and you support a pedophile. Interesting how the hypocrisy of right-wingers never cease to amaze me. Pedophilia is something they never actually oppose, because why would they fucking support Elon Musk, a fucking pedophile, if they actually generally hated pedos? So yeah, fuck Elon Musk, seriously, and his fans. And I've said it, I'll say it as much as time as I have to. Fuck that apartheid fucking piece of shit. Elon Musk is a piece of shit, and you know what? I don't really know if I have anything much left to say, because I said everything I wanted to say. And ironic how 9 more people are watching towards the end of the stream. So I'll just say this to finish off this stream. To finish off this stream. Elon Musk is a fascist. If he wasn't, he would not have supported the coup in Bolivia. Joe Biden, yeah, his racism is actually worse than Trump, actually. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. And also another thing about the issue with the LGBTQ is it's only going to get worse from here. LGBTQ people need to defend themselves by any means necessary. And nobody's going to change my mind that the LGBTQ community shouldn't defend themselves. The LGBTQ community needs to be armed. They need to fucking learn how to defend themselves, because things are only going to get worse before they get better. The attack on the LGBTQ community is only the beginning. They're going to go after other groups of people. Eventually, these fascists, they'll go after the disabled. They'll go after the Islamic and Jewish communities as well. This is only the beginning. And I think we need to take the threat of transphobia seriously, because an attack on trans people is an attack on everyone, because they will go after everyone eventually. Because there's this thing, and like Germany, first they went after the communists. I said nothing because I was a communist. Then they went after the trade unionists. I said nothing because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they went after the Jews, and I didn't say anything because I wasn't a Jew. Then they went for me, and I had no one left to say anything for me. I probably butchered that quote, but it still stands that every single group they will go after. The disabled will be the fucking one of the first targets of fucking fascism. They always have been. The disabled will be the first people that they will try to fucking wipe out, because the fascists fucking will not stop at one group. They'll destroy everyone they can. And I think communists need to take the threat of fascism seriously, including from people so-called communists like Caleb Maupin. We need to take the threat of these people seriously, because they will kill us all. They will go after us. We're not the fucking it isn't the first time these people have fucking gone after us in history. The German fascists went after fucking everyone they could, caused the biggest war in fucking human history that fucking caused the deaths of over 100 million people. We defeated the fascists once, we could defeat them again. And the only reason I'm bringing this up, and people saying, oh, I'm being overly dramatic because of what's going on of the say no gay bill, because it's only the beginning of what's going to happen. Fascists are going to go after us all. And the fact that people are saying, oh, you're being paranoid, Darth Sinovia. This is paranoia. If the people's like liberals and so-called leftists are seeing fascists everywhere. We're not okay. When you have so-called leftists pushing fascism like the CPI, and you have people that don't pretend to be leftists, who are actually open rightists, who are fucking fascists, that's concerning. Like, the threat of fascism is real, and not taking this seriously is fucking stupid. We will all end up in mass graves if we don't take the threat of fascism seriously. The fascism of the 21st century aren't fucking the stereotypical brown shirts. They're fucking people in business suits. They're people that are like making themselves out to be communists. They're pushing communist rhetoric using fascistic rhetoric at the same time. They're people that are fucking pushing fucking extreme Christian extremism, all this shit. The fascism of the 21st century isn't like the fascism of the 20th century. We're dealing with a far more dangerous threat because, unlike the last time, the fascists today have nukes when the fascists of the early 20th century did not. We're very close for ecological collapse, and this fascist movement is only getting stronger worldwide. The disabled are going to be the first victims of a fascist government of any country. And we have to defend ourselves by any means necessary. And speaking out against this, resisting against fascism, is defending ourselves from fascists. We shouldn't debate them. We shouldn't fucking do any of this sort. My fucking existence as a disabled person is not up for negotiation. I will not fucking debate if I should fucking die or not because I'm disabled. Nor should the LGBTQ community debate about their existence. Fascists shouldn't be debated. Fascists should be, well, I can't say it without getting this stream taken down, but let's just say bash the fash. None of this populist bullshit. None of this far left working with the far right. There's no fucking working with these people. Populism is a cancer. Populism is nothing more than anti-communist bullshit that has always led to fucking things like the Nazis. There is no fucking positive form of populism. It's always going to be fascist. And I won't support populism for that principle. Because with populism, you could convince people to support any sort of fucking disgusting shit. And you know what? George Carlin was right when he said that. When fascism comes to America, they will not be wearing brown shirts, but Nikes and smiley face shirts. Smiley, smiley, smiley. Yeah, that is the modern day fascists. The modern day fascists don't want to fucking be called fascists. They are cosplaying as fucking communists. That's exactly what they're doing. And I'm not. That is something that if you'd asked me earlier, I would have talked about it more. But that's too much, and I'll derail it. Anyway, now the last thing I'll say to end this stream, and I mean it: death to fascism. Long live Palestine. And don't ignore what's going on over there, because What's going on in Palestine is going on also in Yemen. And I'll leave it at that. Long live Palestine. Power to the people. Thank you.